In this video, there's 10 puzzles, and if you can solve each of these in under 5 seconds, then congratulations, you're probably a Grandmaster. However, you don't need to be a Grandmaster to attempt to solve every single one of these puzzles. Good luck, see if you can do it in under 5 seconds each. This is the very first puzzle. You can pause it if you need more time, but we're starting right now. So the move is knight to f6 check, attacking the king. We force the king to move to f8 because that's the only square I can move to, and bishop to h6 is checkmate. Hopefully you got that, and now we're moving on to the second puzzle. Alright, here's the next puzzle for level 2. See if you can solve it, starting the timer right now. Indeed, bishop takes a7 check, forcing the king to move over one square, and now hopefully you saw it, knight to b6 is checkmate. The knight is protected by the bishop, the rook protects the bishop, and that is checkmate. On to the third level. Can you find the fastest checkmate in chess in just 1 second? Hopefully you found it. The move is indeed queen to h4 checkmate. Fool's mate, because if you play this, you are certainly a fool. On to stage 4. Alright, in stage 4, you are playing white and you have one move to checkmate. The move is indeed queen to a3 checkmate. There are no moves for the black king, and it just dies there sadly. On to stage 5. It's getting slightly harder now. See if you can find checkmate. The move is indeed bishop to c5 check. Now, either the white king can just run to the corner over here, or they can just start sacrificing pieces. Let's say they decide to lose their rook, and then just walk to the corner. Now, can you see the checkmate? If you didn't see it before, the move is queen takes h3 checkmate, because the white pawn cannot take, because it is pinned to the king by the bishop. And so, because the king cannot run away, this is checkmate. Moving on to stage 6. This is stage 6. See if you can solve this in 5 seconds. The move is queen to g5 check. Now, the point of this move is not to win because it's really hard and it's impossible with just a bishop and a queen versus everything that black has. However, what you can do is just check black until they agree to a draw, because there's going to be an infinite amount of checks that you can do, and regardless of where black decides to run, you're always going to be able to check them because you went to g5 to start. Getting even harder, see if you can solve this puzzle in just 5 seconds. The move is indeed rook to h8 check. Now, black here only has one move, to take the rook. Now, what was the purpose of this? It's to go queen to h5 check, force the king over, and it's not to give this check on h7, if you thought that, sorry. And instead, the idea is to simply take the knight. You're going to get destroyed over here by the king, so this way you're able to defend, and your rook will become active later on in the game. Plus you have this very nice attack eventually. Can you solve this brilliant puzzle by Paul Morphy? You are white in this position. The move is rook to a6. This is an extremely brilliant move because you force black to take your rook. They really have no other moves. If they move their bishop anywhere, let's just say they move their bishop here, this is checkmate. So they are forced to take your rook, but then b7 is just checkmate. With the only piece you have left besides your king. Moving on to stage 9. We are now on stage 9, which is still way easier than stage 10. Okay, it's checkmate in 7 and you're white. Pause it if you need more time. Okay, so the move is bishop to e6 check. Now this looks absolutely ridiculous, and I would agree. And the reason is after bishop to e6 check, it basically looks like you're just losing your bishop. But the whole point is to play knight to f7, which is threatening checkmate for black, like so. Now, black can just take this, it looks like, but then queen check, the king runs, queen check, the king runs, and queen checkmate. So that doesn't work because black ends up getting checkmated. So what else can black do? Instead of just taking our knight, black can give a check here. And this forces us to take, basically, and black can just try to delay losing by playing the move e6. Now we can take this, and black has run out of options, they just have to run to the corner. We play queen to b3 check, and the king can't run this way because this is checkmate. The knight and the pawn and the queen work very nicely together to end up checkmating the king in this little box. And then the move king to a7 also doesn't work because of this same move. So what can black do? They just have to block with the bishop, queen takes, and the king just runs to either square to end up losing to the queen checkmating. Alright, on to stage 10, which makes this stage look like stage 1. Welcome to stage 10. I'm going to leave you 5 seconds to solve this. You need way more time though, so feel free to pause and take as long as you want. The pawns go this way, it's checkmate in 8. You're white, you're trying to checkmate black. Good luck. Remember, the pawns go down this way. If they get to this rank on the back, that is where they promote. Good luck, and starting the timer right now. Alright, so I'm going to show the solution. Pause it if you want to solve it yourself. But the brilliant solution is queen to a8, and that looks very underwhelming and doesn't make a lot of sense at first. So we need to explain why this is such a brilliant move and why this puzzle is so hard. Now, if you think about this for a while, what you seem to realize is that black here has a whole lot of material, right? They're about to promote a whole bunch of pawns. The issue is all their pieces are stuck, they can't get out, their pawns are blocking them. It's a very weird position, but the king is basically, and the pawn are the only pieces that are going to end up moving, unless we mess up and let black promote. So here in this position, if we play literally anything except for queen to a8, let's say we just go queen to c6. Now, black has a couple of options, but let's just say they decide to push their pawn like this. Then, let's say if we go here, this is stalemate because black has no moves, the king can no longer run out. Let's say we move our king like this. Then black goes here. The issue is now black is promoting, or they're pushing, or they're bringing the rook over, and they're going to end up promoting something, and we will just lose. So we have to stop them from doing this, give a check to the black king, and force them back. However, again, we cannot move our king because this is stalemate, and we cannot move our queen because we just repeat whatever we just did last time, right? This is the same position. If we do nothing, they're just going to promote and we lose, and if we give them a check, well, now we're just repeating and it's a draw. Okay, so how do we bypass this? Well, the answer is queen to a8. The reason being is that after black is forced to push b3, we can now put our king on a7. Now this is no longer stalemate because our own king blocks the check to the black king. Okay, so then we just start a king march up to destroy the black king. So we gave a check like this. We keep maneuvering our king up like this, check. The king goes back. Now remember, we cannot take this pawn because this is stalemate, unfortunately. There's no squares for the king to run to. So what we do instead is we go here. We force the king to the a1 square, we take with check, the king goes, and finally, queen to a2 is checkmate. This puzzle is very hard to see unless you spend quite a bit of time looking at it. Hopefully you solved it. Thank you for watching the video, and please remember to subscribe.